All right. Well, welcome everyone to our call tonight. I've entitled this the modern wellness business, because I believe that so often opportunity is hidden in plain sight. And some of the greatest business opportunities happen when three things collide. And I believe that that's what's happening right now. When these three things collide, magic is possible. The first thing is there has to be a massive consumer shift. And so we're going to talk about that tonight. The second thing is we need to see an extraordinary product innovation. We're also going to hear about that tonight. And the third thing is we need a compensation plan or a business model that's designed to reward people willing to share it. And we're going to talk about that too. Tonight, I don't want you to just be thinking about whether you need another supplement or a skincare product. I want you thinking like an entrepreneur. I want you to put your business cap on. Think about where are people already spending their money? And I love interaction, so light it up in the chat. Where are people already spending their money? Where is consumer behavior going? And what happens when you position yourself in front of that trend instead of behind it? I want you to understand one thing. And before we get there, I want to set a few expectations. If you don't know me, I just want to set the stage. I'm all about telling the truth and transparency. I love the truth. So there's not going to be any fluff here. We're just going to talk about the facts. Is that a good thing? Is that a deal? Okay, truth and transparency. Second thing, we're going to do a product and a wellness overview and talk about the industry in general. We're also going to talk about the history and vision of the company that you came to learn about, Shaklee. And we're going to talk about the opportunity and compensation. And if time allows, at the end, we'll do some final Q&A. So you ready to rock and roll? Well, before we get there, let me tell you just a little bit about who I am. My name is Brooke Hemingway. I'm a mom of 6 kids between the ages of 8 and 20. I'm a former fitness professional of over 20 to 25 years and a former ICU nurse. I'm also a high performance coach and I have a seven-figure coaching and events business. I've built one of the largest businesses in the wellness industry in network marketing with over 10 years experience. And here's the thing. I'm a former huge skeptic who used to think this kind of thing was not for someone like me. I run multiple businesses and I've been married to the love of my life for 28 years, who happens to be a very research-based functional medicine MD and board certified ER MD. I came into this industry with no experience, no skills, and very skeptical. And if I can do it, you can do it too. So let's get down to business. I first want to talk about the wellness economy. Why now and why us? Okay, I want you to think about a couple of numbers. Currently, the wellness industry is at $6.8 trillion. That's trillion with a T. And in just 3 years, this industry is slated to grow to $9.8 trillion. That is a huge increase in wellness spend. Some people will say people are not spending money. And that's simply not what the data is saying, you guys. People are actually just becoming more selective about where they're spending it. They want products that are proven. They want products that solve real problems. They want personalization. They want science. They want longevity. They want biohacking. They want to feel better. They want to look better. They want to function better. And this distinction is huge. There is plenty of money being spent, but people are more discerning. Also, there's a lot of preconceived notions out there. The first one I already mentioned, money. A lot of people think, you know what? Inflation is high, budgets are tight, people aren't spending money. That's a mindset issue. The money is being spent somewhere, and the money is being spent on the highest quality products, which we have here. But also, a lot of people think that when you say ageless or longevity, or you talk about living age free, you're only talking to who? Can you tell me in the chat? Maybe you think it's the 40 and 50 plus year old market. I'm seeing some head nods there. Old people. Okay. That's actually also one of the biggest misconceptions. 36% of the US population are younger consumers in their 20s and 30s. And 41% of those, or sorry, 41% of the spending in the wellness industry is done by people in this demographic. So longevity, living age free, biohacking, the ageless movement is not just for old people. It's for the millennials as well. Think about the 30 somethings tracking sleep with their Aura ring. They're talking about glucose. They're buying CGMs. They're strength training. They're buying protein. They're talking about longevity. They're talking about peptides. They're talking about biological age, recovery, gut health. Biohacking has made wellness aspirational. And so we're in an industry that is for every single age group. We are not trying to convince people to care about wellness. Consumer behavior already told us that they do care. The other thing that a lot of people think is that they have to have a lot of experience. If I don't have experience, if I'm not good at sales, if I don't come from a wellness background, I can't do this. Put a one in the chat if you have a wellness business and you don't have a degree in wellness. I just want to show the people that are here thinking they have to be a wellness expert that they do not. In the business that I built, the majority of people that were very successful had no wellness experience. What they had was a willingness and a hunger to help people. And maybe you're thinking, I need to be really good at communicating a lot of information. I need to have the science down. I need to be that person that can explain all of the biology of the products. But I'm here to tell you something. People do not buy information. They do not buy facts. They buy solutions. They buy stories. They buy hope. They buy relatability because nobody wakes up and says, I think I need to increase my mitochondria size. They wake up thinking, I am exhausted. Can anyone relate? That's what I used to wake up thinking. I'm exhausted. Why can't I lose this weight? Why does my body always ache? Why can't I focus? Why does my skin look so dull? Why don't I feel like myself anymore? Why am I so bloaty? Right? Like that's what people are thinking about. They don't want a science lesson. They want authenticity. No one cares about you talking about cellular aging until you make them care about how cellular aging shows up in the way that they look and feel. So it's not about information. It's not about experience. It's not about a certain age demographic. And it certainly isn't about money. And the data tells us that's so. So let's talk about what does Shaklee offer that no one else does? Because when you're considering a business opportunity, do you want to consider a company that has copycats of what everyone else has? Or do you want to consider a company that has category of its own products? Tell me in the chat. I know if I'm looking for a business, I do not want something that someone can go to Costco and get, that someone can go onto Amazon and get, that someone can buy from Whole Foods. I want things that are singular. And what we focus on here is upgrading your biology. Upgrading your biology. What do I mean by that? Cellular, structural, and clinical category of their own products. We're not going to talk about all of our products here tonight. We'd be here all night because we have so many incredible products. But when you're looking at a business, you want to look at what are some specific products that are standalone that I could build an entire business on. I'm going to take you through a few of these products. The first one is a product that we just launched today. Put a one in the chat if you've already gotten the new Vivix Plus with NAD. Okay, I like to say that your cells just got a new lease on life, literally. This product reverses 8 years of cellular aging in just 2 months. It impacts all 12 hallmarks of aging, meaning it works on every process in your body that makes you feel and look tired, older, and worn out. It works on all 12 of those hallmarks. It blunts and reduces inflammation by double digits. It reduces DNA damage by 2/3. It eliminates zombie cells. I mean, just the name zombie cells, you guys. implies death. It eliminates zombie cells by 61%. It doubles mitochondrial mass, which essentially your mitochondria are the energy production centers of your cells. And imagine if you have double the energy in your cells, what you'll feel like yourself with your energy. It reverses 8 years of VO2 max decline in 2 months, and your VO2 max is the strongest predictor of fitness and longevity. And you guys, it's 35 times more effective than something that costs $500. This product alone could be a product that you could build an incredibly successful business on. But Shaklee didn't stop there. We also have an incredible bundle called the Cellular Reset Stack. This is for cellular and structural health. These are category of their own products that you can get nowhere else because they are patented or patent pending. The Liquid BioCell Life Plus Collagen, who's a fan of that? Put a little hands up in the chat or a heart in the chat. Maybe share why you love the Liquid BioCell Collagen, what it's done for you. For me, it helped to reduce that 8 out of 10 discomfort I had in my left hip and my right shoulder and brought it down to like a 1 or 2 out of 10. I love being physically active. As you've heard, I've always been into fitness and wellness. And the way that I was feeling was impacting my ability to exercise. And if that was impacting my ability to exercise, what do you think it might be doing to my waistline? What do you think it might be doing to my energy? What do you think it might be doing to my mental health? So your healthy joints aren't just about your healthy joints. They're about everything else. And this liquid BioCell collagen is in a category of its own. It also has hyaluronic acid and chondroitin with the collagen to replenish the building blocks for youthful longevity and performance and beauty. Think joints, think bones, think connective tissues, think hair, skin, and nails. And when you have the building blocks and materials, your body can get to work rebuilding. Also in this stack is the Vivix Plus for the cellular repair, fighting inflammation and reversing years of damage to DNA, mitochondria, and cells. I call this the power duo. And when we're talking about it, I want you to think about people in your life who could use these products. Who do you know who has cells? Who do you know who's tired? Who do you know who kind of feels like something's not functioning the way that it should? Or they're waking up feeling less alive, less vibrant? Who do you know that would love to take 10 or 11 years off their biological age? Who do you know that struggles with anything in their health? Because cellular is the root of root health. You can't get any closer to fixing the problem than getting to the cell. And if you're thinking about a business, well, you have to think about your audience and who might want this. So, who do you know? The next thing that we have, which is my absolute favorite personally, is the BioAge Reset Stack. Think about this as being the complete biohacking system. Write that down, complete biohacking system. This system is clinically proven to erase, get this, 11 years from your biological age. It has the all-new clinically proven Vivix Plus, the Liquid BioCell Life Plus that I just described, the Beyond Organic Super Yummy Life Shake that's full of vitamins, fiber, 20 grams of protein, and powered by leucine. They get 2 bags of that. And Life Essentials, which quite frankly, coming from another supplement business, blew my mind because in the Daily Life Essentials pack, you get 5 supplements portioned into a daily package that covers your triple magnesium, your ultra filtered omega, your methylated vitamin, your probiotic, and a supplement called MindWorks for brain health, for that mental clarity and focus. By the way, any people here ever struggled with focus, brain fog, clarity, not feeling like you're on top of things? Incredible supplement for that. So you get all 5 of those supplements portioned in a daily system. Now, maybe you're someone watching and you're like, I'm a little bit less of a health and wellness girly. Anybody here that likes a little bit of the beauty stuff, a little bit of that glow up? Well, we also have products that address that. We have something called the Radiant Renewal Bundle. This is if you're the kind of person that wants to promote the inside out glow. It's got the Vivix Plus, it's got the Liquid BioCell Life Plus, and it's also got our award-winning no tox wands, our youth peptide wands, with patented technology that delivers results guaranteed to take 10 years of aging off your skin. If you're a fan of the wands, light up the chat and tell everybody here that's tuning in for the first time why you love these and why your customers love them. So whether you're into wellness or you're into beauty or you're into both, you can find the products that you love, that you use, that you think your audience would love, and you can build a business with just one of these packs. But imagine having two or three or all four. There is something here for everyone, and people are discerning, so they care about quality. So I want to share a little bit more about my results. So I am 48 and I just recently had my function labs drawn. And according to function labs, and by the way, I do this a couple times a year and it improved on this pack, the BioAge Reset. I went from a biological age of 48 to a biological age of 32. Labs in normal range as if I am 32 years old. I kind of teased my husband. I said, babe, I mean, if we wanted to have a baby, like a number 7, we totally could. I'm not. We're done. Shop's closed. It's not happening. I had the last one when I was almost 40, but I feel good enough and I look younger than 48. And so if you know people that want to feel better, they want to function better, they want to look better, these products are proven. Mine was more than 11 years. I'm not saying yours will be. I also exercise every day. I tend to eat mostly real foods, but I have always done that. I have been doing that since I was 18 years old, and nothing gave me these kind of results. So, why partner with Shaklee? Specifically, why this company? Well, if I could say it's just 4 things: proven products, clean products, innovative products, and a trusted brand that's been around for more than 70 years. I love these facts about what sets Shaklee apart. And this is one of the things that really drew my husband and I to decide to partner with Shaklee. They're a global leader in sales, selling over $10 billion in products, and they are the most clinically proven clean wellness company and the fastest growing of its size and scale in the industry. Some might call the company old, I call it iconic. I tend to think of brands like Burberry, Louis Vuitton, Chanel, Gucci. Like Shaklee is like the Chanel of wellness. They're iconic, they are debt-free, they are privately owned, and they absolutely crush the competition when it comes to clinical studies. With 110 clinical studies and 75 plus patents, they invented the first multivitamin, they invented the first plant protein, and they have continued to innovate, upgrade, and elevate their products over the last 70 years. In fact, they're the only company with short, medium, and long-term studies showing the benefits of the products. And when I say studies, I come from a science background. My husband comes from a science background. You can't fool us with studies. They got to be double-blind, placebo-controlled, randomized studies, and that's what these studies are. In fact, even our skincare comes with a guarantee to erase a decade of aging, and our nutrition products that I just went over are going to turn back time on your biological age. Our products are also clean. Coming from a functional medicine background, we loved that these products are certified beyond organic, so they're screened for chemicals, toxins, pesticides, contaminants, and there's no greenwashing. The skincare is EWG verified, which is not easy to get. They're formulated without using 2,500 harmful chemicals and questionable ingredients. I don't know about you, but how many people ask, is it organic? Is it clean? For those of you that have a business, is this a common question you get? Because I know it's a common question I get, and I can confidently say, yes, these products are clean. We also have a guarantee, a forever guarantee, 100% money back. And after all this time, less than 1/3% return the products. People love our products. And honestly, if you're going to join a company that's winning. We're the fastest growing of the size and scale, with over 250,000 people alone joining this movement last year. I've been an observer of the profession for over 10 years. I've coached multiple people in multiple industries and multiple companies within the industry. And I saw what was happening at Shaklee. And I knew something good was happening here. And when I looked into it and I saw all of this, I thought, oh my goodness, I would be an absolute fool to not partner with this company. And I have so much confidence to share. Those of you that are sharing and building a business, tell me on a scale of 1 to 10, how confident do you feel about sharing Shaklee products? How confident do you feel about recommending these products to people that you know and love? Okay, so you might be thinking, well, I don't know if this is for me. I don't have a wellness education, or I don't know if this is for me. I'm a wellness professional. I'm a clinician. I don't know if I could do this. I don't know if this is for me. I'm a coach, or I don't know if this is for me. I'm a stay-at-home mom. That's what I was doing when I started my first business. Maybe you're a fitness professional. Maybe you're a high school dropout. Some of my best friends are wildly successful in this industry, and they were high school dropouts. This business is truly for anyone. Let's talk for a moment then about the model. Let's talk about the potential. But before we get there, I always love to ask people, and this is my favorite question, and I'm going to make you light up the chat for it because it is my favorite question, and I will ask anybody and everybody this question. I ask the Uber driver, I ask the waitress at the restaurant. Anytime I have an opportunity to have a conversation with someone on Instagram, I ask them, what's your dream? What's the thing that you've always wanted to do? What's the thing you've always wanted to create? What's a memory you've always wanted to be able to make, but money or time limits you? Tell me in the chat, what's something you dream about? Okay. I know back when I started my business, to be honest with you, it wasn't money. I didn't want money. We were doing fine. What I wanted was time. My husband worked at 3 hospitals. He was the chief of an ER, and he worked, no kidding, 80 hours a week. I had 5 babies, 9 and under. I had everything that I needed in life except for time with my husband, and my husband having time with our kids. Can anyone here relate to wanting time? To wanting a choice of how you spend your time? To wanting to be able to make memories? That was a huge thing for me. And when I got my first $484 check, I just started to think, I wonder what this could be. Maybe this could be something great. Maybe it could be something bigger. I only have 150 Facebook friends. I have no Instagram. I'm a mom with 5 kids, 9 and under. I certainly don't have time, but I wonder if I put a little bit of time into this and I start to be more of a professional and I learn how to talk to people and I learn how to share products and I learn how to post on social media and I learn how to follow up. And I just love people and I care about them. I wonder what can happen. And what happened was absolutely phenomenal. I'll tell you about that a little bit later. So, I'm going to tell you about our compensation basics. We are the highest paid compensation verified. We put the root in root health with cellular health, but we also put the real value into building a business in the wellness space. We have this incredible program where in the first 30 days, when you get a customer started, you get 30% of the dollar value of their order. We also get paid weekly and monthly, so like 5 times a month. And we can earn at sales tiers as high as 40% commission on the product spend. We also get to earn income on our sales leadership organization. So the more people you help succeed, the more people you help get started in their own wellness business, the more income you make, up to infinity bonuses. And infinity means what infinity says. We also earn fun incentives, quarterly prizes, enrollment bonuses and promotions, and trips. Is anyone here going for that trip in April to Cancun? Me? Like, give me a beach and give me a beach chair and my feet in the sand, right? And it's possible for anyone because our trips are not just for the elite of the elite. Anyone can earn this trip. And in fact, when you hit that first major goal of what's called director In your first 3 full calendar months, you'll also get to choose a $500 shopping spree of your choice from Aloe, Aura, or Apple. I want to hear in the comments what you would choose. Okay? For me, it's always going to be Apple. Here's why. I now have 5 kids that are at home that homeschool, and we need MacBooks. So I'm like, dang, let's go. Let's get the Apple gift card. Maybe you're someone that's into biohacking and you want the Aura ring, or you love yourself some Luxe workout clothes and you want the Aloe. But it's fun and the compensation is unbeatable. So here's an example of compensation. Now, this is an example. There are no guarantees. I make no guarantees. Shaklee makes no guarantees. But does anyone actually like to see the money? Comment, show me the money. Okay? Show me the money. Like, I'm like, show me what it would actually look like. Okay. So, say for example, I grabbed 11 or 12 friends and I got them all enrolled with the BioAge Reset, which is pretty much the thing that I talk about all the time, or maybe the cellular reset if I'm going for something a little bit smaller. And if I got 12 people started and a few extra, grab some extra products, which happens easily because the products sell themselves. Maybe they get the youth skincare wands, they get the skincare system, they get our Up and Glowing or our Good Gut and Go. They add on a couple extra products, and all of a sudden, I have a little over $4,000 in product sales. Well, this particular person, I changed her name to Sally. Sally earned $1,300 in cash compensation for just having 12 conversations. And she chose, I put an apply gift card, you know what I mean. She chose a $500 Apple gift card as well. But do you know what the coolest part of this is? In this model, which is different than an affiliate model, because a lot of people are like, well, I just want to be affiliate for this and this and this and this thing. And they earn a commission one time on the first order, that first piece of business they bring into a company. But they don't earn again and again and again. And if they earn again, it's pennies. It's not based on the dollar spent. But in our model, if Sally the next month, she checks in with her customers, they love their products, they're adding on some other things, she's selling about the same amount of product, her pay doesn't change much. Residually, she doesn't even bring in any other new customers. She's making $1,100 in residual compensation. I'm just curious, would that help you with anything? What would you use that $1,100 for? What would your friends that come alongside you and do this with you use $1,100 for? And let's think bigger. Say you decide to really build this business. Say you decide to not even go gangbusters, but you're like, okay, I can see a little vision here. And say you decide to get 3 people started every month, just 3 people, 3 conversations, 3 chats, 3 phone calls, 3 walk and talks with your friends, 3 people you meet on Instagram. 2 of them become customers. 1 becomes a business partner, which we call an ambassador here. And every month, those ambassadors that you get started, they simply start 2 customers. And this is based off of BioAge Reset. You would go from month 1 making $322 a month to month 12. Can somebody type that out in the chat? How much money are you making in month 12? Over $5,000 a month. What other professions make approximately that kind of income? Tell me in the chat. Perhaps a school teacher? Maybe a nurse? Maybe someone working a regular 9 to 5? And this is all done in consistent, intentional, part-time hours. 3 conversations. Supporting the people you already have. Helping your ambassadors just a little bit to share and get 2 new customers. Is this life-changing income for some people? I would argue to say for most people. So this is just an idea of what's possible. So what you have to do is you have to ask yourself, why does everyone need what Shaklee has? Why does everyone need these products? Why would everyone benefit from these products? Well, I told you, it's all about turning back the clock at the most root of the root level, the cellular level, giving the body the building blocks with the collagen, the supplements, the nutrients, the protein. And when we give the body what it needs, it responds, and people look, feel, and function better. So, why does everyone I know need what we have? And then you need to ask yourself, well, self, why do I need what Shaklee has? What could Shaklee bring into my life? What do I want more of? What do I want less of? Where do I want more choices, more freedom, more margin? Where am I feeling restrained? Where am I feeling controlled by the job or the hours, or I just don't love my life right now? Maybe you want more fun, more play. Maybe you want to just be able to pay the bills. Maybe you want to be able to actually spend time together as a family, which is what I wanted. And several years ago, because of this industry, because I decided to say yes to doing something that most people think is a pipe dream, we were able to create that life where we live in 3 different places. And my husband works almost exclusively from home and helps with homeschool and surfs with the kids, snowboards with the kids, helps homeschool the kids. And we rarely have to spend a day apart. What could it look like for you? And I want to tell you that something that's different about partnering with us is the community aspect. The reality is that wellness is a community job. And the power of people linking arms to create an energy, impact, and growth compounds. And when you join the fastest growing team inside of the fastest growing company of its size and scale, absolute magic happens. You're not alone. You get to be a part of a collective. And our community is called the Ohana Wellness Collective. This is a community where no one gets left behind, and no one gets left behind because you can tap into trainings, you can tap into proven systems, you can tap into opportunity events, you can tap into product and health events, you can tap into whatever resource you need from both our team and the company that over delivers on support. Listen, the products are the vehicle. The system that we have is your unfair advantage. And doing it in community is the multiplier. Let's talk about momentum in a wellness business. What does it actually take? A lot of times people think, well, I mean, I'm probably going to have to give my entire life away and like cut my finger with blood and sign my name away with blood. And I'm just going to have to go like all in and be like those crazy girls that the only thing they talk about is like spamming people with their products 24/7. You know what I'm talking about, right? That's not what you have to do. What does it actually take? It's kind of mind-blowing, actually. We have a system where in your first 30 days, you can be onboarded and taught what you need to do in 30 minutes. And you can host a 30-minute open house with your potentials, the people that you know. And you can reach that first level of director that we talked about. But when I think about 30, I also think about the compounding interest of 30 minutes a day over 30 days and at least connecting with 30 people. When you do that, it's not rocket science. It's just a little bit of time and pressure over time consistently that creates that results. Tell me in the chat, could you find 30 minutes a day? Yes or no? How many of you actually think you could probably find an hour a day? Put 1 in the chat. And how many of you are just so ready to change your life situation that you're like, I'll give 2 or 3 hours? Because this is the only kind of business where in part-time hours, you can leverage your network, a great product that's proven and clinical and clean with your network to start to create a part-time or full-time income. So, 3 simple questions you need to ask yourself. After hearing this, do you believe that the wellness industry is growing or dying? And then, do you believe that these products are worth sharing and are products that your audience would be interested in? Are they people that are looking for wellness solutions, cutting edge innovation, biohacking, things that can make them feel, function, and look better? Are they looking for something that's not a copycat, but something that is so magnificent and standalone that it is guaranteed to give results or their money back? Do I believe that these products are worth sharing? And the third question is simple. Do I believe that I could help a few people? 3 people, 5 people, 9 people, 12 people. 3 people gives you a return on your investment. Do you know 3 people? Put 3 in the chat if you know 3 people. I believe in opportunity. And I believe that this opportunity is so unique, so powerful, and just on the cusp of doing something absolutely magnificent this year, especially with the launch of Vivix Plus, our BioAge Reset, our Cellular Reset, and our Radiant Renewal Bundle. With our compensation that can't be beat, with our community and systems that stands behind you and supports you. Opportunity does not change your life, but your decision to act on it does. And so if you're feeling inspired, if you're feeling like this is something you could sink your teeth into for 30 to 60 minutes a day, I want to encourage you to do a couple of things. I want you to grab your Ambassador Starter Kit, your bundle. I want you to start thinking of people who need this for either the health or would be incredible business partners with you. And I want you to actually start inviting them to an experience that we have on Wednesday. See, you could decide to partner with us tonight, and you could be making a paycheck by Wednesday. This is the Ageless Experience. It's happening on Wednesday, and it's a high-level overview of Vivix and the revolutionary science and longevity breakthroughs. Highlighted bundles that scale results, clinically proven, and scale your business just getting started. And we'll be talking about the company and the business opportunity. Join today, start making money on Wednesday. That's how simple it is. So these are your steps. Because imagine 6 months from now, making more impact, making more income, having more time, having more purpose, because what is better than helping people to feel better, to look better, to function better? I got my life back when I got my energy back. I got my life back when I didn't wake up in the morning and feel like I was being hit by a truck. I got my life back when my body stopped hurting and I could move the way that I loved moving. I got my life back when I stopped walking into a room and thinking, what did I come in here for? You know, that perimenopause brain. I got my life back when I got my husband back. Our kids got their life back when they got their dad back. We experience more joy. What if you could experience more joy, more energy, more friendships, more expansion? More is more. And so I'm encouraging you tonight to make a decision, to take the next steps in your business, to order your Ambassador Starter Bundle and book your onboarding call with your sponsor, to make a list of possible customers or business partners. And I'll say this, don't discriminate. There was only one person in my community, and many people were doing the same thing, the same business, but there was only one person that thought to reach out to me, because most people thought she's married to a doctor. She lives in this beautiful house in Hawaii. She doesn't need money. She wouldn't want to do this. You know, Pretty Woman, when she walks into the store and she doesn't look like she belongs in the store, and the people treat her not very nicely. She comes back and she says, big mistake, huge. Who knows that movie, right? Imagine all the people that thought we were too successful, we were too set up, and we were too good for this kind of thing, and we wouldn't want to do it. We absolutely did. I absolutely did. Because there were other needs that I had that people couldn't see. And so I'm going to ask you not to discriminate and just think about what about the business or what about the products would interest them. And then just go ahead and invite people. And your friend that invited you here can tell you how to do that. Invite them to the launch that's happening on Wednesday so that you can hit that first mark. And then if you're feeling very brave, you're going to post and you're going to plan your own private open house in person or virtual. I learned a long time ago when I started this business that nothing changes if nothing changes. And so you came here tonight for a reason. You came because something piqued your interest. You came because you want something different in your life. whether it's more time, more purpose, more money, more options. I don't know exactly what that is for you, but you're here for a reason and you belong here with us. And so if you're feeling inspired, the time is now. There is no next time. There is only now time. And there has never been a better striking time than right now with the launch of these products, these systems, this momentum, this community. It's time. And so I'd love to open it up for a few moments. If anybody has any questions that they would love to ask, drop it in the chat. We're open for questions. I may have a business partner here that wants to share just a little bit about her experience as we wrap this up and wait and see if we have any questions. Mariah, are you here? I'm not sure if you are, but I asked her while we were waiting for questions to pop on and share just a little bit about her belief in this business.
Hi, I am here and I had myself muted because I have all these teenagers coming in and out, you guys. So just bear with me because this is real life, right? This is how we work. Um, okay, so I came into Shaklee very intentionally, but also a little bit nervous, you guys, because I didn't come from health and wellness. I actually built in this channel in another business in skincare. And if I'm really honest with you, I didn't start that business because I like to wash my face. I started it because I thought that the women who started the business were incredible. And I thought hitching my wagon to them would be awesome. And initially, I wanted to shoe fund and retail therapy money. And broke my first paycheck was $424. Actually, that's not true. My first paycheck was $20. When I actually did what I was coached to do, my first actual paycheck was $424. And when you start for retail therapy and shoe fund, you guys, that's like more money than you probably need to spend on shoes. And it got in the next couple months, like way more than I should responsibly spend on shoes. So I started dreaming bigger. And what I really love about this industry after 13 years in the business was it was so much bigger than a pair of shoes. It was so much bigger than an eye cream. It was so much bigger than everything else. I absolutely love the personal development that comes along with this, the teamwork, the camaraderie, the community, all of that is maybe the most special to me. And I was brand new to health and wellness. And if you know me in person or you follow me on social, I'm actually currently in what I'm jokingly, lovingly calling my fat era. I am working on my own health. No one is perfect. We all have different bodies. We are all doing different things. And what I'm going through is relatable to other real humans who have a little bit of fluff and pudge on them. And you know what? I'm going to live my best life and shop for cute shoes because at least my shoe size doesn't change and hang out with my husband as long as possible and take my son to college in 2 weeks and do the best things. But I want to live my very best life while I'm doing that. And Shaklee is the best place to be. And I can tell you that because not only like did I come from this industry so I can tell you it works, but because we interviewed company after company after company when we chose Shaklee on purpose. Our CEO is incredible. Our products are awesome. We've been around for 70 years. Vitamins might not be the sexiest thing you've got going on, but how you feel afterwards is incredible and absolutely worth it. So I would really encourage you to follow back up with the person who invited you. I said no first, and I'm so glad that I changed my mind and said yes because this has absolutely changed my life.
So powerful. Boom. Mic drop. That was amazing. Yes, thank you for sharing. You guys, thank you for giving us your time tonight. I know I was the biggest skeptic in the beginning, and the thing that shifted it for me was just deciding, well, what if? What if I just took a look at it? What if I just tried it? What if I just jumped in? And what if I was just willing to learn and be open? And that's what all of us here that have built a business have done. And that's all it takes is a willingness and a little bit of time and leaning in to do some uncomfortable things that maybe you haven't done before, or sharing your wellness journey, your era of a little bit of pudge, funding your shoe fund. I'm a fan of shoes too, because like Mariah said, they always fit. Whatever it is for you that lights you up, you can find it here. And we'd love to partner with you. So thank you so much for being here tonight. Grab your bundle, think of who needs this. Join us on Wednesday, and let's rock and roll, you guys. Have a great night. Thanks for being here.